Welcome to this exciting tutorial on building a weather app using Streamlit and the OpenWeatherMap API. We'll create an interactive app for real-time weather updates. With the OpenWeatherMap API, we can access up-to-date information like temperature, humidity, pressure, and weather descriptions with just a few lines of code. In this video, we'll cover how to set up the OpenWeatherMap API and get your own API key, fetch weather data, and display it using Streamlit. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully functional weather app that you can customize and expand for even more features. Ready to dive in?
In this tutorial, we're going to build a simple weather app using Streamlit and the OpenWeatherMap API. This app will allow users to input a city name and get real-time weather data, including temperature, pressure, humidity, and a weather description. Let's break it down step by step. First, we start by importing the necessary libraries. We'll use Streamlit for creating our interactive web app and request to send HTTP requests to the OpenWeatherMap API. The OpenWeatherMap API provides us with real-time weather data for any city worldwide. Next, we define the function getWeatherCityName API key, which will handle the API request. In this function, we create a base URL for the OpenWeatherMap API, and we append the city name and our API key to this URL. The API key is essential for authenticating our requests. We also specify the unit as metric to get the temperature in Celsius. Once we have the complete URL, we send a GET request to the API. The response comes back as a JSON object, which contains all the weather data. If the response's code is 200, indicating a successful request, we extract the necessary weather details: temperature, pressure, humidity, and a short description of the weather condition. We then display this information in the Streamlit app. If the city name is not found, or the request is unsuccessful, we display an error message informing the user that the city was not found. Now let's talk about the Streamlit interface. We begin by setting the title of our app as Weather App and adding a short description, asking the user to enter the name of the city they want weather information for. We use some text input to create a text box where users can input the city name. Once the user enters a city, the getWeather function is called with the city name and API key as arguments. If the city name is valid, the weather details are displayed on the screen. If not, we show an error message. To make the app more user-friendly, we use Streamlit's built-in components such as SaintWrite to display the weather information in a readable format and SaintError to show error messages. That's it. With just a few lines of code, we've created a simple weather app that fetches real-time weather data. This project is a great introduction to using APIs and building interactive apps with Streamlit. So let's get started. Try entering the name of a city and see the weather details in real time.